In the spring of 1996, ABC launched a new sketch comedy show with every advantage: a $1.6 million per episode budget, a prime post home improvement, Tuesday night slot, and a host fresh off Saturday Night Live superstardom. It was called The Dana Carvey Show. It lasted just 8 episodes. This is the story of why it was too funny to fail, and how it did anyway. The show was born from Dana Carvey's post-SNL success. After leaving in 1992, Carvey was one of the biggest comedy stars in America, famous for characters like the Church Lady and Garth Algar. ABC offered him a staggering deal, complete creative control, and that massive budget to create a cutting-edge, writer-driven sketch show. The network hoped for a new SNL for the 90s. Carvey assembled a writer's room that would become legendary. It included Robert Smigel, the genius behind SNL's TV Funhouse and Triumph the Insult comic dog. But the real secret weapon were 2 unknown performers hired as writers, Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell. Also in the room were Charlie Kaufman, future Oscar-winning screenwriter, and Louis C.K., then a rising stand-up. Production trivia reveals the chaos from day one. The show was given an impossibly short production timeline. They had to write, cast, rehearse, and shoot a 90-minute live-to-tape show each week. Writers often worked 20-hour days. The budget, while large, was quickly strained by ambitious ideas, including complex puppetry and elaborate costumes for Carvey's many character transformations. The premiere episode on March 12, 1996, is infamous. The opening sketch featured Dana Carvey as President Bill Clinton with mechanical prosthetic breasts, lactating milk to feed puppies and a baby. It was a surreal, bizarre satire meant to comment on Clinton's nurturing image. It aired at 9:30 p.m. right after family-friendly Home Improvement. The audience was horrified. ABC was flooded with complaints. Sponsors, including Pepsi and Walmart, pulled their ads immediately. The network forced drastic changes. The show was moved to the death slot of Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Budgets were slashed. Censorship intensified. The creative team felt sabotaged before they had even found their footing. Despite the backlash, the show produced brilliantly subversive comedy. Sketches like the ambiguously gay duo, animated superheroes whose relationship was constantly questioned, were created by Robert Smigel and would later become SNL staples. This was where Colbert and Carell first performed together, honing the deadpan rapport they'd use on The Daily Show. Another classic was Waiters Who Are Nauseated by Food, featuring Carell and Colbert as disgusted servers. The humor was smart, absurd, and completely out of step with mainstream network TV of the mid-90s. It was comedy for comedy nerds, airing in a slot meant for mass appeal. Financial details are stark. The show's $1.6 million per episode budget, over $3 million today, was a huge gamble for ABC. After the premiere debacle, ad revenue evaporated. The low ratings, it often finished last in its time slot, meant the network was losing millions. By the 7th episode, the writing was on the wall. The official cancellation came after 8 episodes. The final show aired on April 23, 1996. There was no grand finale, it just ended. In terms of box office or ratings results, it was a total failure. It averaged a dismal 5.5 rating share, a fraction of Home Improvement's audience. ABC cut its losses, and the show vanished. But its legacy is its true success. The Dana Carvey Show became a cult classic on VHS and later DVD. It launched the careers of Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell, who credit the experience as crucial training. Writer Charlie Kaufman would win an Oscar for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Louis C.K. became a major comedy voice. The 2017 documentary Too Funny to Fail, directed by Josh Greenbaum, meticulously chronicles this story. It features interviews with Carvey, Colbert, Carell, Smigel, and network executives, piecing together how such talent could produce such a commercial disaster. So why did it fail? A perfect storm, a mismatched time slot and audience, network interference after the premiere, and a style of comedy too avant-garde for 1996 network TV. It was a show out of time, a cable-style program trapped in a broadcast world. In the end, the Dana Carvey Show was not too funny to fail. It was perhaps too innovative, too daring for its own good. But its failure fertilized the ground for a new era of comedy. Its writers and performers would define the next 2 decades of humor, proving that sometimes the biggest flops plant the seeds for the greatest successes.